Hello, I'm Kaylin, and this here is Lorenza. She is a yellow-naped Amazon, and I was doing some research today on birds as emotional support, and on my Facebook page I had a couple people say that their birds really help them with their depression or their mood, that kind of thing. And I thought it would be really, really cool to do a big focus on having your bird offer emotional support in case you're dealing with depression or anxiety, which seem very common. Or, another person posted and said, they like that birds are so, well, they didn't say accepting, but that's basically what they were saying. And they were saying, people can be so judgmental. So it's like birds can offer unconditional love, as any pet can. All of this really applies to any pet. Speaking of pets, hi Peppermint. Hi. Yeah, I know. You and Lorenzo aren't the best of friends, huh? Yeah, I know. You want pets. So I'd like to focus on how you can use your bird or any other animal, but I'm focusing on birds, to help your emotional well-being. I am a spirituality teacher, and so I teach meditation, I teach tuning into energy, raising your energy, and on the surface that really looks like being self-responsible and improving your own life, trying to make yourself better, trying to strengthen yourself as you raise your energy. And the truth is, if you want to have your pet help you, hi love, hi. If you want to have your pet help you with your well-being and help you feel happier, help you feel better about yourself, about your life, that's really what you're doing, whether you're directly aware of it or not. So in this first video, what I want to talk about is just learning to be with your pet, because just being with your pet is going to do a lot. And so what I mean by being with your pet is a lot of the times we can be with our pet, like Lorenza can be on my shoulder, but I can be watching television, so I'm not really being with her. So I'm talking about, tuning into her, being here, being present. I'm sure you've heard about being in the now moment. It means being really focused, not on the past, not on the future, but on what it's like to be with her right here, right now. So what you want to do to help you, give you a little structure, is look at your bird. If you know your bird well, you might know their body language. See what their body language is. I love looking at her colors because depending on how the light's hitting her, they sort of seem to shimmer and change a little from one shade of green to another. But then I also find some blue up around her yellow. So, you can really observe your bird and pet them. Put your awareness in your finger and see what it's like. Feathers are very different than hair or fur. And I know you know that, but it doesn't mean that we focus on it. It doesn't mean that we're present as we pet our bird, as we feel their feathers, as you go underneath and pet the down feathers that are softer, so that you're getting more and more into your now moment. The benefit to being in your now moment is that whatever it is that you're feeling may be here, like if you're feeling depressed, but the past isn't here. So you start to release some of the past or the future, and you start to be in a better place. You can call it the zone. I call it being in the flow. A place with greater well-being. And the more you are in that place with greater well-being, it's like pouring a pitcher of liquid into your life. And the more you're in the now moment, the more you're pouring, and that liquid's going to accumulate and flow more and more into bigger places in your life. So it's a very beneficial thing. I like to try to sit down a couple times a day with Lorenza and just practice being here, being now, and my breathing. So it's another really beneficial thing to do is just make sure that you're taking some slow, long, deep breaths. If you've done yoga at all, you're familiar with that belly breath where you breathe in, but you start with your belly, you expand your belly, and you let it expand all the way up to your lungs. And then on your exhale, you contract your lungs, and then you contract your belly so that it's a full body inhale and exhale. Very beneficial. So just as you're here with your bird, it can be time for you to breathe. And really, it's almost like a meditation. Really be here. Really start to feel better. Really start to tune into them. Build a fantastic relationship with your bird so that your bond with them increases, so that you experience more happiness, more joy, more love. And it just makes you feel better all around. Right, Lorenza? Of course, it goes without saying that when you have a pet that you have formed a bond with, it can be extremely healing. It's easier for us to open up to an animal than it is another person, because an animal isn't going to judge us. They're not going to say anything negative. On the contrary, they're always happy to see us. They're always wanting to be with us. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel loved. So if you practice getting into your now moment with your pet, you're just going to increase that as well, the love that you mutually have and experience. And no doubt, it's going to help you with anything like your depression, your anxiety, your stress, your worry. Right, Lorenza? You can sort of just hug it away, right? I will say that a lot of professionals will say you should not have your pet on your shoulder. I'm very comfortable with her. I trust her. So I don't mind having her on my shoulder. It's also a lot easier for a video. And it's easier also for me right now because I want to show and give you that feeling that, although she's kind of looking around, you know, they always behave so differently on camera. But, Lorenza, but I want you to get that feeling that, you know, that she and I do have a bond, and that it is healing, it is loving, right? Right? Lorenza, how are you? Because I want you to feel like, I want that. I want to feel better. I want to feel some love. I want to enjoy. I want to be close. I want to improve my life so that you have more inspiration and more intention to do so. Right? Are you going to inspire people? You want to say bye-bye? You want to say anything? She could talk, but only when either she wants attention or she feels like it. Right, Lorenza? Right? Right? Yeah. Yeah? Are you going to say hello or goodbye? Thanks for joining me. Tune in to the next video to learn another way to make sure that you allow your relationship with your pet bird to really enhance your life and enhance your well-being. And by the way, you know, Lorenza's, I don't know, do you qualify as a medium or a large bird? I think of her as a large bird because she's got a good-sized beak and I can really feel her weight. But it doesn't matter what size your bird is. This would work with a budgie. It would work with any animal like that. Although I will say that parrots are exceptional because they're very intelligent. They know how to tune into you. She knows when I'm upset and she behaves differently. So I recommend parrots for this, or a dog or a cat. But, you know, an animal that's intelligent because they have that emotional intelligence as well. So they can develop more of an emotional connection and in that sense give you some emotional healing and well-being. All right, you want to say bye-bye now? Bye-bye. That's not bye-bye. All right. All right. Thanks for joining us.